Hopefully, Musa's got a better connection today.
I think we're good.
Who wrote that?
Hey, George, we give a shout out to the
Someone write that?
Yeah, we'll keep. Yeah. I can start it off.
3, 2, 1. Ladies
Mate,
and gentlemen,
we're on.
boys and girls, my name is Amal, and joining me tonight, I have Andy, Mus, George, and Carl. We are the Monday Blues, coming to you with the preview for the Baggers coming up against the Richmond Tigers tomorrow night at the G. I am so excited to be going back to another football game for the first time in season 2024. Gentlemen, how are we doing, and how excited are we for tomorrow night? Andy, I'll throw it to you.
Very, very excited to be back at the G. Went to the Gabba last week. That was great. Amazing. All that. Home is the MCG. I cannot wait to go back home. Simply put.
Nice.
How you boys feeling?
I'm very excited. Mus, how are you feeling?
Starving for tomorrow already, bro. Doing it hard. Excited for tomorrow, man. Against the Tigers. Round 1. You know, couldn't ask for much more. Keen as.
Georgie, how are you?
Absolutely pumped, mate. 90K plus tomorrow. The Echo, the Raw. Nothing comes close. Gabba was great. Hey, how good is it starting off round 1-0 after an away win? So can't go into. I don't think I've ever been going into round 1 this happy or excited. So since Judd's debut, many years ago. So yeah, keen. Coral.
Oh yeah, well, pumped. Other than pumped and jeet for tomorrow, I'm bloated, full, all the above. I'm wrecked straight out.
Ramadan Mubarak to you boys.
Thank you, gents.
Thank you. And Ramadan Mubarak to any Muslims who are watching with us, and hope you're doing well. Man, yesterday was cooked for me. It was the first day of Ramadan yesterday, and I'm a massive coffee drinker. I'll have 2 or 3 a day, and
I've heard something else too.
Well, move on.
Coffee. What do you guys think I said?
No, don't worry about it.
I'm not going to repeat it.
Just go, bro.
And the headache, the headache that I had yesterday was horrible. Anyway, we've already got some predictions about crowd numbers for tomorrow night, which is pretty cool. I reckon we might breach 90,000 for round 1 for the first time. I don't think have we ever breached round 1 over the last couple of years in Carlton versus Richmond. I don't think we have.
I think we didn't we last year. Well, no,
I think if it was last year or the year after COVID, after lockdown.
We got close, but for those watching along, let us know, what do you guys anticipate as far as crowd numbers are concerned? Let us know in the chat. Let's quickly go through the teams, and then we'll have a chat about how exactly we are going to thump the Tigers tomorrow. Ins for Carlton. We'll start with the outs, actually. Sam Doherty, unfortunately, going out with the ACL. He will be gone for the remainder of the season. Best wishes to him in his recovery. Coming in for Sam Doherty is going to be Corey Durden. Now, as far as Richmond is concerned, they do have quite a few emissions and people coming in, going through the outs. Sam Banks omitted, Jacob Kazitsky omitted, Sam Naismith omitted, Samson Ryan omitted. And coming in for them, they've got some big names coming in. Dustin Martin, Tom Lynch, Toby Nankervis, and Ryan Mansell.
And Rusty Martin.
Yeah, I never heard of that last bloke.
Yeah, same.
Backline.
He's all right.
Backline for Carlton. Hey?
Where's he play, Andy?
He plays in Charlie Curno's back pocket.
Backline for Carlton. Zach Williams, Lewis Young, Brody Kemp, Adam Sard, Mitch McGovern, Nick Newman, going up against the forward line of Maurice Rioli, Liam Baker, Shai Bolton, Noah Bolter, Dustin Martin, and Tom Lynch. The midfields for Carlton, Matty Cottrell, Paddy Cripps, Blake Akers, following Tom DeConning, Adam Chera, George Hewitt. Centre for Tigers, Camden McIntosh, Tim Taranto, Jack Ross, following Toby Nankervis, Jacob Hopper, Dion Prestia. Forward line for Carlton, David Cunningham, Charlie Curnow, Orazio Fantasia, Matthew Owies, Harry Mackay, and Ollie Hollands going up against the back line of Dylan Grimes, Tyler Young, Josh Gibkiss. Where have I heard that before? Is that the mask? I think that is the mask.
Yeah,
it is.
Gibkiss. Jaden Short, Nathan Broad, and Nick Vlastwin. Is it Vlastwin?
Vlaston.
Vlaston.
that'll do.
That'll do. Interchange bench for Carlton: Jordan Boyd, Corey Durden, Matthew Kennedy, Lockie Fogarty, Jack Carroll. Emergencies: Jackson Binns, Mark Pitney, and Ashton Moyer. Interchange for Richmond: Daniel Rioli, Thompson Dow, Marlon Pickett, Ryan Mansell, Seth Campbell. And emergencies: Tom Brown, Sam Naismith, and Sam Banks. Thoughts, feels?
Georgie?
Let them come in, let them go out. Doesn't matter. Three or four. Who are they? They came in for three unknowns. No, in all seriousness, underdone. I feel like they're underdone. They're hitting panic buttons. There's comments of Uze coaching through his career after this week
already.
5-day turnaround. Let him come in. Honestly, I'm confident. I feel like I said, I don't think I've gone into round one this confident and excited, and I know it's not going to bite me in the ass because we're gonna serve it to them. So everyone get around the G tomorrow. Absolutely keen. Ramadan Saad is a different beast. I can't wait to see Ramadan Saad at the G because this man just turns it on.
That will be exciting to see.
How you boys feeling? What are your thoughts on the
I want to know how Moose feels.
Yeah, Moose.
Starving.
Besides that, emotions.
I'll tell you what. It's round one, right? Got some real vivid memories of round one, sort of being that tough slug, sort of, hitting bodies. And I'm hoping for that sort of game. I think we're going to get up and I think we're going to be quite convincing, but I want to see a high impact, ferocious game out the midfield. A lot of bodies flying and hopefully injury free, but a real high impact game. And I think that's what Richmond will bring. I think it'll blow out towards the end, but I think, the first couple of quarters are going to be really contested, but let's see.
Carl?
Look, I just want to see a belting, man, from the get-go. I want to go to the footy tomorrow night, not stressing, kick back, and you know what? Give it to him in the mouth. That's what I reckon. Just give it to him. I don't want to be stressing, man. I think we win easy, but I just want a nice, comfortable, break my fast at the footy, relaxing evening.
It would be nice.
I hope so. Yeah, it'll be good.
It would be nice. Good. Cameron Bayer in the chat would like to get our thoughts on the Lynch and Young matchup. That could be an interesting one to watch.
Tom Lynch is a serial flog that can't pick on anyone his own size. All right, he tries to roll up Saad and Newman in the past. He try to poke Saad's eye out or whatnot. I hope he tries it again. Young, I can't see Young throttling the guy or anything like that, but he's going to have backup, and Lynch is a serial pest when it comes to riling up players smaller than him. So I back Young. Well, look, Adam Uze said in his presser today that Lynch is going to have limited minutes. He's going to spend a fair amount of time on the bench. So the best seats to watch us dismantle them.
I'm not too concerned. I think our team defense structure will get it done. You don't want to take Richmond too lightly because they still have star power on their list. But I think if we play like we played against Brisbane for 3 quarters, they won't get close to us. And Lynch on Young, I think Young will do all right. But like I said, our team defense will get it done. I'm not too concerned about any one matchup across the ground, really. So,
Aided in the chat reckons that he's related to Uze.
Adam Uze.
Yeah. Interesting.
What's his address? Drop his addy.
Let's go and have a chat with him. Justin Akari reckons that the Tigers are going to cop it in the mouth. And if someone else can just say that word for me, because I don't know what that is.
Chaye, brother.
Thank you very much.
Chaye.
I love the engagement in the chat. 26s at the moment there now. Pump up the likes if you haven't already. It'd be great if you can hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Get around us. It helps us out as we chase. We're closing in on 1K, guys. So
yeah.
Who would have thought, huh? 1K. We were happy. Remember, we were happy if 20 people watched us for the first.
Literally. Literally. This was just a what wasn't it? What do we call it? An emotional
Therapy.
dumping ground. Yeah, a therapy session.
Yeah.
For sad, depressed Carlton supporters. And I think it's fair to say that the mood has probably changed a bit since then, right? We're a bit more happier, a bit more relaxed. Some of us are a little hungry, maybe a little too full at this point in time. Me, Mus, and Carl are probably going to be sorting out what we're going to take to the ground tomorrow. This probably wouldn't have happened last year because we would have been dead set, stressed about the game.
I still stress. Like I still like stress is the wrong word. I still get anxious before a game. Like
Up into the siren, I think.
honestly, like even when the game's on, it's like more like 10 minutes into the first, I kind of settle. But you get a bit nervous, you get a bit antsy. You want the boys to come out and start well.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to. Last week, that first quarter was horrible. Like it was like literally all the
PTSD, trauma.
Nah, not even that, bro. All the G up from pre-season, it was like someone just let the air out. At quarter time, it was like
I think we had a crap preseason. Well, the two games. I'm talking about the two.
I'm not even talking about the preseason games. I'm just talking about the build-up,
The hype.
the club, the hype.
Yeah.
Like we're going to be good. We're finally attacking a season where we're in the conversation. We're in the mix.
Mhm.
So that first quarter last week was just wow. Are we that far behind the 8 ball? But I mean,
Just
we
gave him a
turned it
head
around
start.
and
Just gave him a head start. It's okay.
that's all it is.
It was
Well, I
kinda
don't want to
like-
give Richmond a head start from the start.
Yeah.
I just want to step on their throats.
I want to see someone
Blood.
show the footy to Shy Bolton as they run in for a goal.
Oh, that would be.
I will
that'd be
never
nice.
forgive
That'd be nice.
that piece of shit for doing that to Doherty too. You little mutt, you little dog. If I see, oh mate, little bloke puts tips in his hair, bro. He puts tips in his hair like he's fucking Justin Timberlake.
Put that on TikTok.
Oh mate, you dog, you absolute dog. Unforgivable. Showing Doherty the ball of all people too, Doc, mate, unforgivable.
Agreed. In the comments, Scott.
Let us know how
Tompkins-
much you hate Shy Bolton.
Yeah, drop it in the comments. Scott Tompkins, the boys were great on TJP last night, and Maz as well joined in, and a couple others. Guys, thank you for tuning in to us as well as last night. So it was absolutely fantastic experience. Big kudos to the Jumper Punch boys at TJP. We jumped on with Mars and Rocco last night, and Paul was a special guest dial-in. So Andy and I were on the couch. Great to see you guys tune into us as well. Really appreciate the support. We had a bloody brilliant chat for 3 hours that felt like it was 40 minutes. And these guys have probably the best production setup I have ever seen. And very accommodating, mate. Absolute 5-star service.
Pleasure.
You expect that with Boggs as well. So we absolute amazing hospitality and just an absolute all-round laugh. So I had the best time.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Brilliant.
So shout out to Jumper Punch. Get around last night's episode for a good laugh if you haven't already.
And just on top of that, for those in the chat, if you haven't subscribed just yet, help us out just a little bit and hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before May, isn't it, Georgie?
1K before May.
1K before May is the slogan.
Georgie worked really hard on that slogan.
You can tell, right? He set it up for me. I just, well, look, May's our first birthday.
Yeah.
May's our first birthday. It was the Doggies game, I think, was the first one last year, followed by the Pies game. So, yeah, it'd be nice to get the 1K before the first birthday. So, 31 of you in the chat, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. It helps us out. Closing in on it. It'll be really exciting.
The Doggies game, that was miserable.
It was great to see Heath Shaw on the panel too last night.
Now
Brilliant.
that is, I've been called many things in my life, but Heath Shaw's not one of them. I don't think I look anything like Heath Shaw.
Someone said he looks like Heath Shaw. I said he looks like Ahmed Shaw. Heath Shaw.
Oh, that's fantastic.
What matchup are you boys looking most forward to for the game? Or actually, I'll word it better because we don't care about matchups against Richmond. which player are you most excited to watch this week?
Harry Mackay.
Why Mus? Why
Go
Harry
on.
I'll give you
Mackay?
one. All right. Last
Go on.
week we got arguably he was on the best
Talk
defender
into the
in
mic, please.
Arguably he was
He
on
was.
the best defender in the league and whatnot. Yeah,
Defender.
yeah.
What?
So who was Harry Mackay's matchup last week?
Oh, I thought you called
Harris
Harry a
Andrews.
defender.
No.
Yeah, Harris Andrews.
All right, Harris Andrews is the gold standard at the moment, best
All
in the league.
Australian
All
defender.
Australian.
Okay. So Harry played okay. He had a good game.
I'm going to throw my phone at the screen, bro. I'm going to lose my mind.
No.
bro.
You know what? Harry did have a good game. He had a good game.
Had a great game.
Yes.
I don't think it was great.
No.
I
Hang on a sec. What defines a great game then?
he is a key forward.
Yes.
A
That
key
played ruck.
forward. That yeah. He
Played
should-
out of position.
A couple
Played,
of
he
times
played out
went
a
into
couple
the
of
ruck.
times. Yeah, ran
He
up
spent-
the ran up
he
the ran
spent-
up the wing,
he
ran up the
spent
wing, took
more
a
than
mark,
yeah.
sent it in. But the main thing that we're paying him for, right? The $800,000, $900,000 that he's getting
Mhm.
is for him to kick goals.
Yep.
Now he had a good game as a key forward. Should he kicked
Mm-hmm.
three goals? 3 goals he kicked. Good. A great game for a key full forward.
I think it
would
was
be
2. I think he
four-
kicked 2. Didn't
No, it
he?
was
Three.
It was three.
Three.
It was 3.
I stand corrected. 3.
A great game would be a bag of goals, 5, 6.
Yep.
Okay. A great
Away.
game for a forward would be to play 100% of the time in the forward
In the
line and
forward
kick
line,
5 or
yeah.
6. But when you're playing a high percentage outside of the 50 and you've got Charlie Curnow in the same forward 50, you're not going to kick that bag of goals. You got to
I
remember
think-
he's getting 20%. I think he got like 20% of he was the target 20 something percent of the time.
He was okay. He was good on
Charlie
paper.
was the target
Yeah.
30 something percent of the time.
Not
So
saying
he's
he
not
didn't
he's
do
not
anything wrong.
he's not even the main target there, bro.
He
So
was
what
good. He was good. Not
How many?
taking that
How
away
many
from
does
him.
he kick? How many does he kick this week?
It's not for me. Yes, goals. Okay. If he kicks, okay.
So you're not Django, finish what you're saying because I'm about to destroy you.
No. It's genuinely not for me. It's not the amount of goals he kicks. Sometimes it's about the impact in the forward line, pressure, perceived pressure, goal involvement, marks,
Which
everything.
he dominated that last week.
Have a look
If
on
Harry
paper.
didn't play, we don't win.
I argue
Scott-
that. Does the
my
game
God.
plan change? Does the game
Oh
plan
my
last year?
God.
Last year we went on a run of games and we started winning without him in the team.
But what's that got to do with last week?
You guys saying without Harry we don't win?
Well, last week.
Are you talking specifically last week or in general?
Last week,
That's
talking
what
about.
last week means,
Last
mate.
week, different story. Yeah. Well, he played a role. Okay.
Next question.
You're
Okay,
a harsh
Peternet-
man.
Peternet- okay, TDK, listen. TDK plays that role that Harry played last week, right? Peternet comes in and goes straight into the ruck. Do we win?
No,
Why?
because I don't think TDK has the forward nous, and I don't think TDK chases and tackles and hits hit up targets the way Harry does around the ground.
I'll take the hit up targets. Yes, the rest I disagree.
So you think TDK chases
Yep.
and runs down and runs defensively the way Harry does as well.
Well, he might run, but he's not quick.
A fair call from Scott in the chat. H ran 14 kilometers. I don't know if TDK gets those numbers, but I will say three goals, right?
Yeah.
Now extrapolate that over the course of a season. Say he plays 22 home and away games instead of the 23 or 24, right? Still 66 goals. That's better than his Coleman year. I would call that a great year.
I think we've set the bar real low. I don't know why. I don't know what changed.
But I think you've set the bar way too high for Harry. Because if that's not a great game by anyone's standard, anyone, right? Then I don't know what a great game is then. Because to me, that's he's killed it across the board in every single measurement.
Well, that's fine. When he kicks 6 tomorrow, that's an out of this world game.
Must have been like, oh, he should have kicked 10.
Yeah. He'll say, who was he playing on?
I'll tell you
The
what.
bar is low.
I'll tell you what.
Here we go.
If Harry kicks 4 or more, I'll tell you something by the end of this episode. There's something that I will do.
But I don't know if I want you to do it. I don't know if you want me. I think it's important to also recognize the role he plays in making space for Charlie.
Yep. Yeah, agreed.
So-
agreed. Yeah, it opened it up. He sort of dragged Harris Andrews out, and Charlie was able to double back and get on the
Not only
scoreboard.
did he take
Absolutely.
Harris Andrews out, but he also impacted down the ground.
Yep.
So-
Not taking that away from him. He had a good game. I'm not denying that. For everyone saying,
just so-
Mustool and Mustool and all the rest of it.
That one hurt him. It hurt him. just so like for a bit of balance, Georgie and I collect footy cards. Well, Select has chosen Harry Mackay as the player of the round.
Well, look at that.
So
Show Mus.
There he is, the man.
I mean, there's
I think Select been around since before I was born.
yeah. Well, they've got a bit of experience in choosing the best player of the round.
I think
But it was a good
Max-
game. I digress. He had a good game.
Max King was better. Max King had a better round.
Max
King.
King.
Hmm.
Ben King.
Ben King, sorry, Ben King. Yeah.
Same.
Kick, what did he kick?
Same.
5-1.
Same,
impact
but
on the
different.
Did he play on?
Okay, big boy.
Hang on.
Anyway, moving on. Moving
hang
on
on.
from the
Hang on. No, we're not moving on.
Someone never heard of.
Who was Ben King's direct opponent?
Never heard of him.
Okay, thank you. Go on, Amal.
For those in the chat, let us know, what did you think of Harry's game? Was it great? Was it good? Was it below
Yeah.
expectations? Was it
Yeah.
above expectations? What was it? What was it?
And
Let us
what
know
did
in
you
the
think
chat
of-
what you think, and we'll.
Also, what did you
we'll-
think of Mus's comments?
Let's just stick with Harry's, please.
Didn't Harry get the perfect score from the coaches as well?
Yeah, 10.
Yeah, nice.
Even
Good
the
game,
coaches are
good
saying
game,
above
Harry.
it.
Good game, Harry.
because he's done nothing
Oh,
but rubbish for the last whatever it is.
No.
and- Harry fought his demons and kicked the drop punt.
Harry's done a lot around the grounds, and we all know goal kicking was his one, thing that he needed to work on. I think if we're harsh enough to give it to him when he does bad, we need to keep that energy when he does good.
And I will this
No,
week.
but you're not.
It's been one game. That's one game.
Yeah, but that's one game, because if he missed that, you would pile on him 100 times over.
because of where we're at. But anyway, nonetheless,
Don't-
let's move
don't,
on.
Don't
Harry.
hope for Harry to have a shit game tomorrow, please.
No.
Just,
He is. I'm
Absolutely not.
telling you, he is. I know him. He is.
I told you.
Mus is going to become public enemy number one if that happens. So we can't.
Hey, if you want to jump Moose, just don't jump me with him. Just feel free.
If you want to jump Mus inbox, we'll give you the address.
He's going to come out and kick a bag next tomorrow.
I
night,
hope
mate.
so. I
I'm excited.
really do. I really do.
Get around him.
Players. Which players are we going to be watching aside from Harry? Let's move on from the Harry conversation. I'll start with two players that I'll be keeping a close eye on. First one being Zach Williams. He was brilliant, I thought, last week in his return game. Just silky, just the finesse. Like he's got real footy smarts about him, and then his finishes, his accuracy, his precision passing is just brilliant. And the other one is Orazio Fantasia, who I think brings the same type of footy, not probably as smooth as what Zach Williams does, but he has that real like smarts about him.
Flash
when
and
he-
pizzazz, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. That's the two players that I'd be looking out for. For those in the chat, for those watching along, let us know, are there any particular players that you'll be keeping a close eye on in tomorrow night's game? Carl, who are you looking out for?
Honestly, probably the whole group. I hope they can come out and kick off where they left off. Like we can sit there and pick this player and that player, and I just want to see a whole group come together like they did last week, and just carry on with what they're doing. You know,
Good call.
But if there was one particular player,
Orazio.
Razia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think he had the greatest game. He had a good game last week. Don't get me wrong, he had a good game. But the first two quarters we went the best. But I want to see, if it'll be anyone, it'll be Orazio.
Okay.
Because he's a smart player. Let's see what he can do with it.
Cat Trick in the chat would like to see Fantasia kick 4 goals. And Cameron, Sammy D would like to see the small forwards. He will be keeping an eye on the small forwards, and Cameron Bayer on Harry and also Charlie. Maz will be looking out for Young, interested to see how he goes tomorrow night. I think Young has got his work cut out for him tomorrow night in their forward line, in particular with Tom Lynch, Dustin Martin. I think he'll have a real tough challenge tomorrow night. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. Georgie, what about you?
Didn't he play just quickly? Didn't he play on him last year or the year before?
I think he did, and
he did real
really
good on him.
well.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Round one. Yeah.
Last year, or the year before?
Last year.
Last year, I'm pretty sure.
Last year.
Yep.
I think he had one of his best games ever for the club that game.
It was, because we went into the Geelong game after that saying this
And he had a ripper too.
Yeah, that's right. For me, like I said at the start of the show, Ramadan Saad is hard to go past. I'm really keen to see him turn it on. He elevates the level, so that'll be really exciting.
He'll be breaking his fast 10 minutes into the game, roughly about 10 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
Does he actually fast on game day?
Yes. Yep. Fast
Good on
throughout. Yeah. There was
I respect that.
made his way to a local mosque recently, and we asked the question, what's your Ramadan schedule look like? And it's much the same. They monitor his energy levels throughout the day on training days and everything like that, and the same with game days. But putting all the energy and the physical stuff aside, spiritually, he reckons that it takes him to a different level of footy, and I think that's evident in the way that he plays every single month during Ramadan. So I think a good call there, George. It'll be really, really interesting, because the days are longer. They're not like the last couple of years where we've been breaking our fast at 4:30, 5 o'clock. We are now going till 7:40, 7:50. So it's a lot longer. It's a couple of hours longer. So let's see if that has an impact. But knowing Saad and just knowing what the month brings, I think that's not going to have any impact. If anything, it's going to make him play some seriously impressive footy.
Agreed. And outside of that, I'm just looking forward to seeing how TDK goes against the Nank. So
yeah.
He's enjoys the big stage. He had the last time we played at the G against Melbourne, he had an amazing first quarter. He dragged us back into the game.
Mm.
So really keen to see how he goes.
Andy, what about you?
Corey Durden.
Oh yeah.
This is your chance, Corey. Hopefully he gets a block of games. I think always has really
start
missed
as
him.
sub? Does he start as sub?
Interchange. He
So
could
has he actually been named on the interchange?
on the interchange. Yep.
Okay, so I'm assuming he's starting then. So
Sorry. Jordan Boyd, Corey Durden, Matthew Kennedy, Lockie Fogarty, and Jack Carroll. They're on the interchange bench. So I think the sub. The rule now is the sub gets named an hour before the game.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
well, I mean, if he plays, or he will get game time. He needs to take his moments. I think because I think he was out with injury for a bit and then struggled to get back in. Charlie and Harry really need those small guys around them, because we can't have them roving their own balls every single time.
100%.
And for a long time, we struggled when our smalls weren't firing. So, opportunity. Yeah, every single player is playing for a list spot at the moment. So when your name gets called up, you got to make your moment count. You need to take your moment. So I'm keen. I think he'll hit the scoreboard. If he plays a full game, I think he can kick 4, to be honest. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing what he brings. If he's brought something new, if there's a new, X factor to his game, or I'm just really keen to see what Corey brings. Yeah.
Let's see what he does. Sammy D reckons that Jack Carroll is a start. I agree, just based off his one game performance from last week. He came on as the medical for Doherty and immediately had impact. Kicked a goal as well. I thought he was brilliant, and yeah, another one that I'll be keeping an eye on. Scott Tompkins reckons always will be pushing hard, hopefully, and he reaches. He really comes out in front of a crowd. Always does.
Always
get the crowd.
He needs a game though. He needs a game under his belt, because, I mean, everyone played a role last week, but I thought he was the one that could have probably shown some improvement. And like I said, you're playing for your spot every single week. He got dropped from a prelim, yeah. So, he got dropped for a prelim. Sorry. he should have a chip on his shoulder. And I didn't see that come out last week. I want to see it at the G this week. I want our smalls to kill it. And always, like, this is his chance, another opportunity.
Let's get on with the predictions. Winning margin, leading goal kicker, and best on ground. Carl, I'll kick it off with you.
Richmond by minus 33. Carlton by 33. I think the lead's going to get greater than that, but I think Richmond will chip back at it late in the game, which I hope it doesn't. But yeah, 33 for me. Harry to kick 5 for Moose. Yeah, Harry's going to kick 5.
I just looked at Moose's eyebrows.
Harry to kick 5 and BOG. I'm going to go with Blake Acres.
Good call.
Blakers.
Good call.
Yeah. Moose.
Tell you what, you're talking, Andy, a little earlier about those smalls. I want to see, there's a big gap of about 5-6 players across that outside mid to half forward, sort of that role that Martin sort of was pushing up towards. You got Cunningham, Owies, you got Fantasia in there now. Cotters sort of pushes up a bit as well. There's
Holland's
about 5 or 6 players.
Yeah.
There's 5 or 6 players that are fighting for that role to cement that role.
Good.
That's something I want to see. And like you said, whether Fantasia comes out and kicks 4, whether Always puts his hand up and sort of does that job, I don't know. But we need someone to sort of cement their roles. And you'll see, I don't know what Durden does, but whether he plays or not. But anyway, back to my predictions. Richmond by 50. The lead will change a fair few times early on. Carlton will win by more than 6 goals. I'm going to say Akers as well. Akers is going to have a blinder. And
Harry.
He won't say it. He won't. He'll say TDK.
you know what? Harry to kick 6.
Hang on. Let me check Moose's temp. Hang on. My screen's a bit hot.
Harry to kick 6 and to do it convincingly and to shut me up for good. How's that?
Inshallah.
You got George?
Before we go to George, Maz in the chat reckons Blues by 32 and best on ground will be Akers.
Can we just go back to Maximus's comment? Sorry, Maximus. That is appalling of you to say that Ollie Hollands and Matty Owies aren't good enough to be in the side. Ollie Hollands is a star in the making. So check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Scott Tompkins wants a good margin, but wants 100-point plus win. Or 100 points scored more than anything. Cad Trick, if Harry kicks 5, must to shave the beard and grow his hair.
In.
And
how about we just shave the beard and stick it on his head?
That's all he probably can do because I'm the same.
And Cameron Bayer, Carlton win by 32. Harry and Kerno kick 4, best on ground. Harry. Georgie.
I said last night Blues by 48. I feel great about this one. I think we probably get even a higher lead, may chip it back a bit. But yeah, Blues by 48. Charlie with 6, Harry with 5. I think they get 11 between them. I'm going to say Chera has best on ground and has a fantastic game and feeds what we didn't see last week as much of it. He's done it once or twice, I think. Absolutely hits them lace out, both of them lace out wherever they want it. I want to see 3 or 4 or 5 of those nice, beautiful ping right to the chest.
He pinged one on his left foot. I can't remember which
Kennedy.
it was to Kennedy. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. What a beautiful pass! Oh, it just skimmed the Brisbane players' hands. It was Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. So good. Andy.
You stole my best on ground, Georgie. I'm saying the same. I think Chera has an absolute ripper. he loves the big stage. He loves a good game, good night game. MCG. Hope he shaves his head for it.
Yeah. Someone get him some clippers. Get him a pair of clippers.
Shaved
mate.
head Chera was a menace.
Cool.
So I'd love to see Chera have it. I want to see Chera just rip him open. I'm a lot more optimistic than you guys, as per usual. I honestly think it's a 10+ goal win. I think it's pretty easy after quarter time. I think the first quarter might be a bit, like Mo said, a bit tight. Lead might change a couple times. But I think after quarter time, we're gonna rip it apart. Most goals, I'm gonna say Charlie. I reckon Charlie, just the main guy, he'll probably kick 7.
Oof,
I reckon it'll be a big one.
that'd be nice.
He'll kick 7. Mackay will kick 3 or 4. And I want to see the smalls. I want 2 or 3 each for Owies, Durden. I want Fantasia to kick 1, man. You know, I want to see the celebration for his first goal. Just really get around him. So yeah.
I reckon.
Cosma?
I reckon Carlton will take this game away by around 25 to 30. Let's say 27. I reckon Charlie as well will kick the most goals in the game with 5. And best on ground for me is going to be Akers again. His positioning is just brilliant. Like he gets himself, he knows where the ball's going 3 or 4 positions before it even gets there. And that was evident in the footage that Carlton shared a couple of days back, just after the game. Big fan of him, and you know, I hope just for old time's sake that he kicks one out on the full tomorrow night, just one. That would be
When
good
we're
to see.
12 goals up.
Of course.
Nah, it's not an Akers out on bounds on the full unless we're against the ropes. Aiden Sir, not going to lie, guys, I'm really worried about the Tigers tomorrow. Don't underestimate them.
You know what? Sorry, Aiden, sir. Great name, by the way, sir. What about the prices at the MCG for the food? Someone showed me the Carl. I think it was you.
Yeah.
It's like $6 something.
$6.20 for a pie, $6.20 for a chips, and $6.20 for a 600ml drink. Yeah.
Yep. You know, it's more economical to bring your own deep fryer and frozen chips.
Or just keep fasting, I reckon.
That's unreal. That's actually unreal. Like if the AFL was serious about getting families to games, now we're all right. Like we're going as, you know, just us. We're not, you know, we're not taking our kids. I don't have kids. You guys do, but I'm not taking my cat. So like, you know,
well,
like, it's not going to be too bad. But imagine taking 3 kids. Imagine taking your kids. You're going to spend $200.
There's a lot of concern that it's going to impact attendances somewhat this year. Because when you think about it, this year versus last, like, you know, economically speaking, the spending's tightened up.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people come off fixed rates and so on and so forth. And you got, you know, retail spending is down. So you go into the footy, you know, if you want to keep going to the footy, of course, memberships are up. Public transport's up, you know, whatever have you. And then you want to go to the footy and get a feed for your kids. Hey, you're forking out, like you said, Andy, $200 for the whole day plus.
Yeah, man.
So it'd be interesting to see how that with attendances goes. And if you like a beverage, if you like a drink, I think it's $13.50 for a pint now of Carlton Draft, which is insane.
Gee.
So
I got a bottle shop that costs around $2.60. Cost price is $2.60 roughly. Come to me, bottle of Pascaval.
Get around it.
And in other finance news,
mention the podcast, get 10% off.
In other finance news, on the 19th of March, the RBA will be meeting again to discuss interest rates as well. It'll be interesting to see how the Dow Jones reacts to that as well. Sorry,
Can we boo? Can we boo them?
Hey, does anyone know what the weather is for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Apparently it's going to rain. I think
39.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs is what I saw.
Yeah, I think it's going to be quite cool.
Hopefully like today.
No, I think it's going to be like 19 or something.
18 degrees, shower or two.
Hey, tell you what, don't be too surprised if you see a laid out and
Pedo.
Mr. Pitternet make his 2024 debut.
For who?
Don't know. Just keep an eye out on that one.
I think if it's a bit wet, and Nan Curvis is a big boy, so I'm actually surprised Pito wasn't named. But hey, man, even if he's not, trust the system, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know. I got that.
No, I'm with you.
feeling.
I'm actually
Yeah.
I'm with you on this one. So you said earlier that if Harry kicks a bag, you're gonna do something. I'm scared to ask, but what are you gonna do?
Why don't we just get some ideas in the comments, guys? Just throw some
no,
ideas, and we'll meet halfway. How's
No
that?
Jock Sunday.
All right. For those watching along in the chat, chuck in your ideas. What's the target for Harry Mackay goals wise?
I said 6 initially, but I backed him for. Sorry, I said 4 initially, but I backed him for 6. So let's go 5. Let's go 5.
All right. If Harry kicks 5, Harry, I hope you're watching this. Vossi, I hope you're watching this. Just give it to Harry.
Imagine he starts saying handballs to him. He's running past.
Shout out to everyone keeping the chat active. Cadrick with a great comment. Fun fact: since 2022, we've smashed every team. Our boys are mentally ready for the big show, consistently in key for 2024. A very good call.
He's actually right, except
A very
GWS.
good call. Yeah, I guess. Well, a couple of years ago, 2022, we had a relatively convincing. When you went to that game, you went to that game.
It was 13 points, something like that.
Adelaide, we dismantled at Marvel a couple of years ago. I think there was once, Brizzy. Pies last year. Bombers, Freo, Cats. Yeah, it's a very good call there. Boski Jordan, not sure if already covered or not. Doherty has played his last game. Question mark. Thoughts? We spoke about this last night as well in the jump punch. I don't think so. I really hope not. I don't think so. Like this was, I think he's good knee. The bloke's mentally, he's an absolute beast. He's going to get around the guys. He's going to be geeing up guys to take his spot and take their moments and make it theirs this year. And he's not a bloke that strikes me as a guy that wants all the sympathies and the get your arms around me and stuff like that. Obviously, the club will do that, and our supporter base will do that. Doesn't strike me as a guy. He's just a guy that will just get back down to business, and he'll probably be thinking about preseason 2025, right? So I really hope we don't see the last of him. So love you, Doc, and hopefully get back fit soon.
Yeah, Doc. Yep.
And Boski Jordan, Mackay's pass mark is 3 for this week, I think. Consistency is his biggest issue. Kicking 3 back-to-back is a huge win for his confidence. Thoughts? I'm going to throw this one to Mus.
Yeah, I second that. I think, I'm not going to be silly about it. If he kicks 3, gets involved, score involvements, take up a couple marks up the ground and keeps his head up and does all the right things, that's a big pass. Yeah, absolutely.
All jokes,
consistency is key.
All jokes aside, like if he gets up, right, like for this season, we're going to be hard to beat. Our forward line is going to be tough to beat.
Yeah.
And he showed that he can play up the ground. He showed that he can go in the ruck. I'm not a fan of Harry in the ruck. I just don't think you play your top tier players in the ruck unless they're ruckmen, Like I think you protect them, especially being a long season. I said it a couple of weeks ago. You need to really protect your best players come finals time. We don't want to go into finals with anyone a bit underdone or a bit sore. We saw what happened in Brisbane last year when we rocked up 3 weeks into finals and we were done. So, yeah, I'd like to see Harry protected a bit more. But I mean, if it works, it works. Yeah, if that's the plan we're going with, then it is what it is.
And there's going to be games as well. Like I envision against Freo, you don't want to be playing Harry against Darcy, right? You probably bring a Pito in for that game just to bully him up a little bit, let TDK jump over him in the second half. So that'll be interesting. Keen to see how that plays out across the year. 40 of you guys in the chat, keep it up. There's 17 likes in the video. Bump that number up. That would be great. Helps us out. So push the like button, push the subscribe button. Appreciate you guys engaging in the chat.
I'm excited. I'm excited to get back to the G tomorrow night for the first time in 2024. Georgie, are we going to be roaming the grounds before the game, having a chat with some of the Carlton supporters?
I might dust the mic off. What do we reckon?
Absolutely.
Get curious, George. Get Curious George back in for a bit, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot it in the chat. Let us know. Gate 3.
Gate 3 sounds
Yeah.
good, mate.
Yeah.
Gate
Yeah,
3
Sounds like our gate. I think
in.
in. Gents, I'm keen to see you guys for the first time in 2020. I haven't seen any of you guys at all since it was the Melbourne game since I saw you guys.
Wow.
Move to the north, man.
I know, bro. It's
I
like
need
we're
to.
4
I need
hours
to.
away.
I need to. There's no Carlton.
Literally.
I told you, there's only IPL supporters here. There's no footy fans. I need to move. to Glenroy on the ASAP.
But it's dropped our
Aiden, sir.
intro drop where I live.
Street address, everything, phone number.
You want to give him my
Unit 3. No, I'm joking. Aiden, sir, where are you guys sitting tomorrow? We where are we? Level 2.
level 2 behind the goals, behind the
Behind
goals.
the goals. Opposite
Yeah.
opposite Ponsford on the other side. I don't know what
Where
it's called.
we're the right in front of the rider room.
N5, Bay N5.
N5. Tell them your seat
N5.
number.
Look for Moose's head.
For all those going to the game, definitely bring some food for us. We'll be
Yeah.
quite hungry.
Dates. Bring dates.
I'm just fat. Just bring me food. I'm not even fussing. I'm Christian. Just bring me food anyway.
Date some water.
Justin Akari. I want to see George battle the besties. We don't know who they are.
Good call.
Anyway, look, this is getting out of hand, guys. I'm excited for the game tomorrow. I'm not nervous. I'm excited. Just to be in that Coliseum once again is going to be absolutely brilliant. To walk away with a win tomorrow night would make our nights even better. For all those watching who tuned in, thank you very much. It is very, very good to see the numbers that we are seeing tonight, and the chat was on fire tonight. So thank you for all those that engaged with this live tonight. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you at the game tomorrow night. If you're making your way down, if you are, come around to Gate 3 and come have a chat with us. We'd love to get to know you guys, see you by face, and yeah, hopefully, we'll get you on Curious George as well for the review. Gents, until tomorrow night, it is sayonara from the Monday Blues. Thanks, guys.
Up the Vegas.